our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on our region's business, all 10 counties of the Pittsburgh region were off to Harrisburg to make the case for a better economic climate. We'll find out what's at the top of the priority list for civic leaders from both our region and Philadelphia's, and find out how urban and rural counties are working together to unlock opportunities in AI and energy and overcome challenges in permitting and housing. First, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia team up to make the case for their regions.
Good afternoon. What a day in Harrisburg, huh?
The Allegheny Conference on Community Development joined forces with the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission to bring leaders from 10 counties to the capital of the Commonwealth. During a county spotlight Monday afternoon, each county told the gathered crowd of administrative and legislative staff members about recent wins attracting business investment and jobs and priorities for public policy in Pennsylvania.
Something I hear from my peers is that housing is something that we absolutely need to focus on, not only as county leaders, but across the state and federal levels.
Pennsylvania's two largest metros have been making this annual pilgrimage to Harrisburg for the better part of 20 years. Dan Fitzpatrick, president of Citizens Mid-Atlantic, chairs the Greater Philadelphia Chamber. Stephanie Pashman is CEO of the Allegheny Conference, which co-produces this program. Dan and Stephanie, welcome to the Commonwealth's capital. Good to see you.
Nice to be here, Bill.
I'd ask you the big question. What brings you to Harrisburg?
Yeah, so we do this every year with our friends from Philadelphia, and we come together to say, here's what we want to get done for the state to make it more competitive, to make our communities thrive. And we meet our colleagues from the Philadelphia Chamber and their partners. And Dan is with us as the representative of both of our regions.
And you think about this, Bill, right? Both of these regions, the Southwest, the Southeast, huge GDP portion of the Commonwealth, and a lot of growth and innovation. That's what we want to make sure we're working together, but it's working for the good of the whole Commonwealth.
The two cities have been at this for quite some time now. Do you think it's made a difference?
Yeah, there's an immense power when Philadelphia and Pittsburgh come together because we're speaking with the same voice about how to improve competitiveness to Pennsylvania, how to move at the speed of business, how to break down the barriers, and how to really make sure that we fortify that open for business mentality together.
Right. And Bill, bottom line, we want to create jobs. We want to create jobs for all Pennsylvanians, and it's really particularly of acute interest in the Pittsburgh region, the Philadelphia region, and then it's all those other key issues that wrap around creating jobs. It's affordable housing, it's education, it's workforce development, and all these things we need to partner with. And we think about this as a statewide initiative.
Yeah, I think that's really important to understand that each of us represents such immensely diverse communities. And so when you think about the issues that we're all thinking about across our 10 counties, across Philadelphia County and the surrounding counties, we're touching kind of all people, the kinds of people that live in Pennsylvania. And we really have the potential to move things and make things happen together. Yeah. And I think it's just a really important day to be here in Harrisburg together.
Stephanie, it's such an important point because while we both share some urban issues, all these key issues impact whether you're rural, small town Pennsylvania, these same issues of needing job creation, and then we've got to help make sure that that companies can get started, that we've got to have a pro-company, pro-business, pro-job growth policies, whether it's tax, permitting and regulation, all those things, because at the end of the day, that helps Pennsylvanians thrive. We need to keep everybody in Pennsylvania and growing here.
Yeah. And what I add to that is it's also about the economic infrastructure, the housing, the transportation, the workforce development. Each one of those pieces really has to be part of the conversation as well. And I think those are some of the issues we're also talking about here today in Harrisburg.
I think of Philadelphia County and Allegheny County being kind of different places. You still find plenty of common ground.
Look, we're not going to agree on all policy priorities, but generally speaking, we do want a lot of the same things for the Commonwealth.
So if you think about innovation, right, what Pennsylvania is leading on is innovation. And if you think about what CMU is doing on robotics and AI, as well as healthcare, and you think about Pennsylvania and cancer research. So these are the big drivers of innovation that we have to support, as well as the fact that there's just Pennsylvania is still a great industrial state. and we share those key aspects.
So a couple key examples, right? Permitting reform and moving at the speed of business, a priority for both of us, right? Critical to any company, any community in Pennsylvania, make sure that we can create jobs in an effective, seamless way. Second, we care immensely about investing in innovation, as Dan says, and we need tools for that. And we need a robust economic development toolbox with the right incentives, with the right tax credits, with the right ability to help bring companies and help keep companies here retained, and we can invest in them with those tools in our toolbox. So those are just a couple of the key examples of the types of things we're talking about.
Right. And what we do know, Bill, too, we're in Harrisburg today because the state legislature and the governor are so important, and the administration is so important to us. At the end of the day, this has got to be collaborative between federal, state, and local, and we push for that. You think about my role at Citizens, I have far more colleagues in Pittsburgh than I have in Philadelphia. So Pittsburgh matters in a big way to Citizens, same way Philadelphia was in the whole Commonwealth.
You brought all 10 counties with you. Why is that important? Does it make a difference to having that kind of turnout from our region?
It certainly does. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting in a room today with the commissioners from the 10 counties surrounding Pittsburgh. And I think what's really powerful about that is that each one of them has a unique set of assets to bring to bear and a unique set of policy priorities. But you also find that we're very similar in the types of things we're talking about, and we really align collectively on priorities. And so I think it's just a really important moment to represent the broad base of voices and the broad perspectives of our entire region and our entire Commonwealth.
Good luck roaming the hallways while you're down here at Harrisburg. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bill. It's really nice to be with you.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Appreciate the attention you bring to all these big issues in Pennsylvania.
Well, next up, AI and energy top the agenda for at least a few of the counties who made the pilgrimage to Pennsylvania's capital. We'll find out why there's the potential for a new beginning. Please stay with us.